What is up the world? Trains in Disguise here, and welcome back to yet another video. And for those of you who don't know, my channel name is Trains in Disguise. Sorry for mispronouncing it. So today I have a very special video for you guys since it's Thomas & Friends' 75th anniversary. 75 years of Thomas & Friends. Wow. So happy birthday, Thomas. I love you very much. Because you were pretty much my entire childhood. I used to read your Railway series books every night before I went to bed. And Thomas, we all love you in the Thomas & Friends Community YouTube channel on YouTube pretty much. So we all love you, and happy 75th anniversary and happy birthday. So let's get right into the review. So recently I have acquired some old Thomas & Friends Wooden Railway items and one 1980s Thomas & Friends Ertl item, as you can see. So those are all from a recent train show that I went to where they had different types of Thomas & Friends Wooden Railway and Ertl merchandise, and also they had the Bandai stuff there too. So they have plenty of old Thomas & Friends characters there, and Wooden Railway, Trackmaster, Tomy, you name it. They had it there as a Thomas & Friends stand. So I was like really in just awe, like surprise to see that stand there at a train show. So yeah, so here are the items that I acquired from that train show. So here is starting off with Ertl, City of Churro. So the City of Churro was introduced in the Railway series by the Reverend W. Awdry. And he is actually from not Sodor, but from the Railway series in one of the books. And he's actually from London, and he was actually also in another Thomas & Friends episode during the model series called The Famous Engine. So he was actually the famous engine that came to Sodor from London. And Ertl was just, I forgot to mention, Ertl was before Take and Play and Adventures and Trackmaster Push-Alongs. So this was the original metal Thomas & Friends toy back then, in the 80s. So yeah, this is Ertl, City of Churro. Next item we have here is Catherine. So Catherine comes from the Railway series also. She is pushed up the mountain by Culdee, so she is called a mountain coach. So Culdee Fell Railway was also in the Railway series. As you can see, I have Wooden Railway Culdee right there. And yeah, this is Catherine pretty much. She's literally just a mountain coach for Culdee that he pushes up the mountain. Alright, so this is Reverend W. Awdry's personal character in his Railway series called Wilbert. I think these are called pannier tanks. Yeah, pannier tank engines. So yeah, this is Reverend W. Awdry's own personal engine in the Railway series called Wilbert, because his middle name is Reverend Wilbert Awdry. And as you can see, he has a Railway series face. Yeah, so Wilbert comes from, I guess, a logging camp on the mainland, and he works as like a logging engine, pretty much hauling logs to and fro on the mainland for railways, I guess. So it pretty much works in the forest, kind of like Henry, pretty much. So as you can see right there, Neil is also a Railway series character. Here is introduced to us in the Railway series, obviously. So Neil is more of like a background character in the Railway series. So yeah, Neil is called a box tank engine because he doesn't have, well, a cab like normal engines do. That's because he was built way earlier on Sodor. I think he worked alongside Gwen from The Adventure Begins. So yeah, so engines back then had pretty much open cabs. And they worked on Sodor back in the 1800s. So Neil was before Thomas the Tank Engine and those guys. So Neil is the OG on Sodor. So very old engine, and he actually transported Skarloey at one point to his railway for the very first time. Alright, so that is Neil. And the very last engine I have to show you is Bulgy. So this is an Earl Bulgy. Obviously we had him in the CGI series, the model series, and obviously the railway series. So this is Bulgy. He still has to join the Anti-Rail League on there. So Earl Bulgy, I would say, has to be a pretty good character for Earl, because that way you can use him on your Thompson Friends layouts in the future for building a layout or something. And obviously you know these two, so the Pet Controller and Lady Hat. So these two are also Wooden Railway, from the Wooden Railway era, and these were probably made in about the 90s when Wooden Railway was introduced. So these are very old models of Wooden Railway, and these are also really good look really good on HO scale layouts, as I showed you back in the last video. So yeah, I mean, there's really nothing much to say about Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hat other than Sir Topham Hatt is the controller of the railway, and this is his wife, Lady Hat, obviously. So Disguisers, that's all I have for you today on my review. I think there might be one more video coming out this week where I have a Hornby Flying Scotsman, and also in the future I might be able to do another Culdee Fell Railway layout tour with some music playing in the background. And see you Disguisers all next video when I have the Hornby Flying Scotsman running on my layout, and see you Disguisers all next video. Goodbye!